My name is Premer. I own Arrow Farm Company and we're affiliated with Veterans to Farmers. Veterans to Farmers is a very unique program, just really coming under development, that helps veterans such as myself from Afghanistan, Iraq wars to come home and essentially bring in the family farm back to urban cultures. The process overall brings veterans in on a 12-week program to learn the essentials of running and operating a greenhouse, and then essentially they'll be out in a facility such as Arrow Farm Company to continue to work and learn the management skills of the greenhouse and potentially own that greenhouse as their own. It's funded a lot through Patriot Express loan that veterans are eligible through with the SBA, and then private funding, grants, and fundraising. Right now, Arrow Farm Company's the pilot program. We have one greenhouse that we're in today, and we're looking to expand exponentially over the next year to 5 years. Right now, it's myself and my mom, Esther. She's a master gardener, master composter, and in my past experiences working with Veterans to Farmers, I learned about aeroponics, hydroponics, and their nutrient systems. Essentially an instructor at this point until we hire on a full-on certified teacher to instruct that. We expect it to expand rather fast. We have over 300 veterans right now on a quote-unquote waiting list, waiting to be in the program. I have 4 veterans myself that are waiting for me to try and work out getting them in also. So between Buck Adams and myself, we've got a good list of veterans waiting to join Veterans to Farmers. The technology we use is the aeroponic tower farm. It's produced by Future Grow LLC. They're essentially aeroponic systems that use a 20-gallon water reservoir in the base and pumps water to the top using a water pump. Runs off of just regular outlet, and then the water rains down over the root systems and produces a 3 to 5 times yield ratio versus a traditional crop, and it's more nutrient dense than a traditional dirt crop. Water usage is about 1/10 of the water compared to a traditional dirt crop, because we can control where the water goes. We don't have it leaching out into unneeded coverage. The greatest challenge here in our environment right now is keeping the climate cool enough in the summer. We've installed some rather large 60 by 60 vents for the fans and 2 36-inch fans to move air out of the greenhouse as the vents allow it in. And then we'll be introducing a misting system in the next week or 2 that will also help keep humidity levels high when it's dry out, as well as lower temperatures in the greenhouse. The tower gardens were developed by a gentleman by the name of Tim Blank. He worked for a decade at the Epcot Center in their hydroponic world, and then went on to aid in the development of programs for NASA, such as the one on the space station. The systems are relatively new. We're the first in Colorado to incorporate them at a commercial level, and they've been available on residential levels for approximately a year and a half. The residential version started around $500. The commercial levels is more of a situational custom build. So if you, for instance, wanted to start your greenhouse, we would put together a package for you, and it would be, however many towers you could fit in your facility, and then we would work with the manufacturer on a price that would fit your budget. One of the greatest parts of this for myself has been helping my PTSD. It's a very calm environment overall. The plants help person slow down a little bit because it's not something that's going to produce in 2 days. So it definitely helps with behavioral health. There have been people that have had autistic children work around the towers, and they've become more interactive with their parents as well as strangers. As a lot of people may know, the autistic kids are very antisocial. They don't get along with a lot of people. So that's one other benefit to the tower, would be helping children. I have a 4-year-old daughter. She loves to be here, and she helps plant them and put them together, helps us seed, and she already understands how the plants work. And then the veterans, it's going to be the same thing. Just getting them slowed down to a point where they can get back to a normal day-to-day routine in their family life. This overall technology is really, I guess, dumbed down, I guess. It's very simple to operate. I like to tell people that have concerns about it not being easy to do. If you can do laundry, you can operate one of these towers, because the measuring of the nutrients is the same as measuring laundry soap into your washer. So as far as this technology, there might be a little bit of tweaks here and there to make things better. Outside of that, it's about as simple as it can get. Definitely. If there are areas, Middle East, India, that have bad soil, Afghanistan, Iraq, for instance, have desert basically, but they have water, then they could incorporate greenhouse technologies. The only issue there would be definitely keeping them cool. Or putting them into another structure and supplemental lighting that would be more able to be, the climates could be controlled. Here we have basil, thyme, assorted fancy lettuces. We have, what else? Kale, arugula, mustard greens. We do microgreens as well. So we have a spicy mild mix, as well as arugula and kale, sorrel, mizuna mix. We can grow flowers. We have right now nasturtiums, kind of a double jeopardy product because it keeps pests out, as well as is very edible. This has changed myself and my family in a very positive way. My wife can't wait to get on board with us as the program develops. I guess just stay tuned for oncoming developments, because they change on a weekly basis. Potentially from a farm such as mine, about 5,400 square feet of plant space in a 1,500 square foot greenhouse could produce around $10,000 a month or more in revenue. Growing locally and selling locally in RSA and CSA programs. RSA is our restaurant supported agriculture, and CSA is community supported agriculture. My name is Evan Premer. I own an Arrow Farm Company, Lakewood, Colorado. We're affiliated with Veterans to Farmers.